What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Georgia Bulldogs and the Houston Cougars. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Well, guys, the Cougars head coach told me before the game, one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Hughes. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. He's brought down the 1. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Cougars, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Wants to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss, because that could have been worse.
The run inside. It's Hughes. Finding some room. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Escapes the pressure to his right. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
That's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Throws to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. Georgia going up tempo. Handoff for Frazier. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to pass. It's Stockton. Throws it deep. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
This defense knew coming in the offense was going to try to test them. They were going to try to take some shots vertically down the field. Defense was ready for that one.
Here comes the heat. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's the pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Well, the offense is trying to go bootleg play action that time, but it had no chance because the defensive end won so quickly at the line of scrimmage. He was able to get in the backfield. He smothered the quarterback so fast for a sack.
Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here, you don't have to take a shot. You don't have to get it all back in one play. Nice job getting it out of your hands and now making the third down very manageable.
There used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to them and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cougars. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Hard running there. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. And the Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Dropping back, it's Stockton. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Sometimes a quarterback just needs to turn the ball loose. It was like he tried to guide that one in, and it disrupted the timing.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, when you shoot a shot and you start trying to aim it, you really, really miss. You know, quarterbacks, they got to quickly be able to recognize, do I need to fire it? Do I need to put a little air underneath it? And it's just a tough thing for a quarterback to be able to do. But over time, you see they have less and less mishaps like that.
Here's a gift to Frazier. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down.
Might have a chance. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Georgia going back to work with another first down. Going with the counter play here. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. 1st first play of the period will be a second down. Motion from the wideout. Off the play fake. Unloads it left. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Really nice 3rd down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their...
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Hauls it in. And he is stopped short, well short of the marker as the defense stands tall. Looking for a man, it's Wegman. Throws for the tight end. Makes a connection. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Walker. Nice move, creates some space. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. They'll move the wide receiver. Knocked out of bounds and sticking with that running game as they get deeper in the red zone.
And a lot of times on these play sheets, the offensive coordinators, man, they go, who do I want to get the ball to? How can I get him the ball? And sometimes when the space cramps down here in the red zone, how do you feature your guy? Nice job. Getting a little touch pass, getting him on the edge, letting him get some positive yards. He almost got in the end zone for the 2nd time there.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Reads it, fires complete. Goes out of bounds, but they'll be set up with a 1st and goal.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Tries to get it himself. Trying to find the end zone, and he's not going to make it as this defense is making it tough.
And nice job by this defense. You kind of knew something like this was coming. Great job. You got to get penetration. First thing you have to do is get up under that center. Make it really hard for him to go forward right now. Nice penetration, stopping the quarterback sneak in its tracks.
This is a money play on 3rd and goal. Finds his big tight end. Touchdown, Cougar! Puts 6 on the board. Ready to try the point after. Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they closed it going up top for the final few inches and the score. Bringing it out. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. This drive will open from the 15. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Looking for his man. Pulls it in, it's Frazier. Oh, there's an alley on the left. Touchdown, Bulldog! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Lining up to add another. Splits the uprights.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And it's up and good. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. He'll bring it out. It's straight. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Running inside. It's Hughes.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to adjust the pattern. He'll try it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Houston wants to play fast. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. On target over the middle. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. They've given up some big plays in this first half, and they're down on the scoreboard right now. Something positive needed to happen. Maybe that's the interception that changes the momentum in this game. It's now up to their offense to try and score some points here before the first half ends.
Makes the grab. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Stockton. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Throwing right. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where the
field goal unit is not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. He fires one deep down the right side. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Lets it fly. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. The Bulldogs will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's straight. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Wegman. Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26.
After allowing a touchdown on the last drive, this offense has to be able to answer. And getting that 3rd down here on the 3rd play of this drive is a good step toward doing that. Nice job by the QB. Good rhythm. This offense now has got it going. They need to pay this thing off, but that was a big one, no question.
Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Grabbed behind the line. It's Frazier. Takes it the other way. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. Georgia comes quickly to the line. In the red area, it's Frazier. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And they stop him there with a tackle for a loss. And how about the run defense in this football game? A lot of coaches, man, they talk about it. Coming into a game, first thing we have to do is stop the run. Both these defenses so far have been up for the challenge.
Rushes on him. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Here's Nate Frazier. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Georgia! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Drake. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. To the air, it's Wegman. Under fire. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Finds his big tight end. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hughes. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Offense working from the pistol. He wants to change this route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the tight end. Finds a man in the middle. Up near the 40-yard line, they'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. The Cougars are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Lofts one high and deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Walker. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. That's caught. It's McGarry. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To the air, it's Wegman. Finds his man in the middle.
Oh, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Complete to the left. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the 1st down at the 31. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Trying to set up the screen. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
After that incompletion on 3rd and short, it's going to be an interesting decision for the head coach because I know he believes in his guys to go get it here on 4th down and pad the lead, but if you kick a field goal, you make it a 2-possession game here in the 2nd half, and I think that's the right decision.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but
right down the boulevard. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the 4th. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, but a touchdown on the board. Coming out with it, it's Drake. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. And now, after being stymied for this entire 2nd half, they must put a scoring drive together here and answer that last touchdown.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
The sure hands, it's Thomas. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They'll stop him right there, but it is enough for a Houston first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield, it's Wegman. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. He slings it deep to the left. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Finds his tight end. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they weren't throwing to the sticks on that third down. They hit the drag route, and they get a nice gain, but that now sets up fourth down with more yards to go, and it's decision time. I think moving forward on third downs, you got to start thinking about routes down the field.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Tries to get it on the ground. They'll stop him short. Just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. The run inside. It's Frazier. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Dogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Trying play action. Got his man out of the backfield. Turning it on! And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit.
I think this team knew coming in today they needed to be able to run the football, and they were going to have to get some of that production from the quarterback, and he just broke off his longest run of the game so far. That was
looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Martin. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Dropping back, it's Wegman. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And obviously the offense is in a difficult position here, and you're asking a lot from them. They're down by a touchdown, not a lot of time on the clock, deep in your own end, but this is something that you're trained for. Coaches always put their offense in this situation in practice leading up to the big game. It takes timing, it takes execution, but that is something this offense is ready to do.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. There's some room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Here's a throw downfield late. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Man, you gotta love this defense. Being dialed in, being ready for the pass late in this football game when you needed to stop, playing tendencies, breaking on the football, 3 straight incompletions. Way to rise up by this defense.
The Cougars will use their first timeout here. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Down a possession here in the fourth, and they'll need to convert on this fourth down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
Man, what a play by this defense. You're trying to get the ball back to your offense, trying to salt this game away and get the win. Not only do you create the turnover, you get the touchdown. Now you take a 2-score lead late in this ball game. This defense just stepped up in a big moment.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. And
here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. That's the way defenses love to finish off a game. Force a turnover, leave no doubt, take away all hope, and they're going to get the W. Running inside, it's Frazier. Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5. Timeout is called, and the clock is down to 8. Now on second down. Frazier again. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher.